To rule an empire is to be tested by power. To master oneself is to conquer something greater. In the cold dawn of a Roman battlefield, a man sits alone in his tent, writing. The weight of the empire rests on his shoulders. Yet he finds time for reflection. He is Marcus Aurelius, a warrior, an emperor, and a philosopher. His words would outlive his rule, guiding generations in the art of resilience, wisdom, and self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius never sought power. Unlike many rulers before him, he did not seize the throne. He inherited it. When he became emperor in 161 AD, Rome was at its height, yet unrest simmered beneath the surface. Barbarians threatened the frontiers, plagues ravaged the population. Political intrigue surrounded him, and yet Marcus Aurelius did not rule with fear. He ruled with reason and restraint. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Unlike other emperors, Marcus Aurelius was not consumed by luxury or war alone. He studied Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches endurance, wisdom, and self-control in the face of suffering. He understood that power corrupts, but self-mastery liberates. He trained himself to rule without arrogance, to endure hardship without complaint, and to act not for personal gain, but for the good of his people. His book, Meditations, was never meant for an audience. It was his private journal, a manual for navigating power without losing one's soul. But Stoicism was not just words. It was action. He tested its principles through fire, leaving Rome during one of its most turbulent eras. His writings show a man who faced doubt, pain, and frustration, yet refused to be ruled by them. Instead, he transformed every challenge into a lesson, every hardship into an opportunity to grow stronger. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. For Marcus, philosophy was not just a pastime. It was a weapon to be used against chaos of the world. No emperor states hardship that Marcus Aurelius was no exception. The Antonine fleet abdicated Rome, killing millions. Wars on the frontier demanded his presence. Betrayal lurked in the Senate. The weight of these burdens would have broken lesser men. Marcus, however, while suffering as a test, who could have ruled with vengeance, with cruelty, with paranoia, but he did not. Instead, he embodied the core tenet of Stoicism: control what you can, accept what you cannot. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Even from the front, often choosing to stay in military camps rather than the comfort of Rome. His soldiers admired him, not because he commanded them, but because he endured alongside them. He never asked more of others than he demanded of himself. Even when he suffered personal losses, his wife, his children, he did not break. He mourned, he reflected, but he did not let grief consume him. To him, life was fleeting, and its hardships inevitable. The only thing within a man's control was how he chose to respond. His ability to endure hardship was not passive acceptance. It was an act of quiet rebellion against the forces that sought to break him. Decades of rule, Marcus Aurelius fell ill on campaign. He spent his final years in the trenches, not in Aptalis, but in a military camp, leading by example. As he lay dying, he did not lament his fate. To him, death was not a tragedy. It was part of the natural order. Death smiles at us all. All a man can do is smile back. His son Commodus would undo much of what he built, but his wisdom endured. His writings and meditations have outlasted empires, guiding leaders, warriors, and thinkers for centuries. Marcus Aurelius showed that power is not above control. It is above discipline, wisdom, and restraint. His reign was proof that a ruler can lead with both strength and virtue. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. In the end, he was more than an emperor. He was a student of life, a master of himself, and the last great philosopher-king. What does it mean to lead with wisdom? Can we master ourselves? Let's explore these questions together. Subscribe for more stories of wisdom, power, and transformation.